So I'm out today, first time in probably a couple months. And the reason for that is British Columbia is literally on fire. There's fires all over. All the highways are shut down now. People evacuated and it's just been crazy smoky. It just lifted. We got a rain yesterday. But you couldn't even see mountains smoky. Super hot too. We had a couple heat waves up in the 40 degrees Celsius. And our backwoods were temporarily shut down, so I didn't push it, just laid low. Now we get a bit of rain, hopefully we'll get a little relief. Today I came up Mica Mountain. I was up here the second episode I did. It's a famous Bigfoot spot. William Rowe in 1955 had one of the best documented sightings probably ever. And he swore in front of the Canadian government, wrote it all up. It's in every book, every podcast. I'm lucky I live about 10 minutes down the road from here. So today I came here. It's pretty cloudy. I don't know what the alpine, when I get up there, will look. I'm just going to poke up into the trees and at least get a little hike in. So this is all fresh. This was kind of just an old road before it's all worn out. So when we had our big heat wave, it hit mid 40s basically overnight. We had about 2 months worth of melt in like a week. Crazy landslides, floods everywhere. So it's kind of like relearning all the trail systems and backcountry. This is interesting though. This took some force to do this. I just had one of those really odd times in the woods. Anyone who spends a lot of time in the woods has experienced this. It's loud. There's wind. There's birds. There's bugs. Lots and lots and lots of noise, and all of a sudden, snap of a finger, it just goes dead calm and dead silent. So I just kept on hiking there. It's still super calm. My spidey senses could be rusty. Been a bit since I've been in the woods, but it kind of feels like the storm coming, kind of the calm before the storm. See how it goes. I'm gonna be very cautious with hiking into the alpine if I do at all. It's kind of eerie though when it just goes dead calm, not a tree moving, no noises. So I'm up quite high here now. Subalpine forest type. So the trees are pretty old. They have a really short growing season though. Lots of the underbrush is wild blueberry, elderberry, rose. And that's where William Rowe said he saw the Sasquatch, was kind of in the subalpine or in the edge of the alpine eating berries. His sighting was in October. We're middle of August, so I'm going to kind of try to zone into this area for October. The only problem up here though, the brush is so thick, it's armpit deep. You can't really see anything for tracks, or it's more just a listening game and trying to get out to a perch to do some sighting in a valley. So that's the Rocky Mountains there. It's the main valley, Mount Robson. I live right out there, that furthest opening in the hayfield. You can see before it goes around the corner, that's right where I live. And then I'm right on a ridge. I'm in the Caribou Mountains. And this is the back valley, goes up here. There's no access, no roads, no logging into here. It's all too steep and rocky. And that heads back towards Wells Gray Park. Lots of untouched ground up here. And that peak going up into the clouds there, that's Mount Robson. So I stopped for some lunch here. Pretty windy up above, and I'm soaking wet from the walk up, so I'm not gonna head up higher into the alpine. I did that before. I think it was the second one I did, episode 2. But I will be back to do that again. It's just today is a pretty crappy day weather-wise. It's complete cloudy up there. It looks like there's rain above me, so I'm gonna actually drop down below me here into these rocks and poke around here. Just eating some lunch, a little bit of energy before I go. Probably find a good spot too. Do some spotting on those slides over there. Might see a grizzly this time of year too. The brown dot like in the middle of one. Kind of watching to see if it moves. So I just got myself a perch here out of the wind. And this is what I carry for when I'm hiking. Just a little mini spot and scope, 60 power. I'm gonna see out pretty good with this. It's got to be one of the most peaceful things on earth to do. Drive way up a logging road, hike up a mountain, and then sit on this epic little cliff, spotting slides looking for Bigfoot. The key why I picked where I did, I have all below me open green patches. I got cliffs all up here. Probably see goats, sheep up there. And then I got these slides on the other side. Good chance of seeing anything in there. They're as thick as can be. Cliffs all up that mountainside. I could sit here for hours spotting. This is kind of what I'm looking out at here. As the cliffs are spotting up above over on those slides. And this is what I'm sitting in, just this wild little cliff system here. And that's the way I came from back there. I've been sitting here for a while. Haven't seen anything. Just beautiful country though. But this is what you need to do. That's why I started doing the kind of Bigfoot stuff. Always been into the subject, had a few experiences myself, and I just wanted to go out and just dedicate time to actually looking for Bigfoot. And kind of, you know, you get the comments, you get so many people just bad talking and saying you don't know this and you don't know how to do that and trying to say everything they know. But my whole purpose for coming out and doing these is just for me. And I'm just a guy who spent a lot of time in the woods. And now I've decided to just dedicate a bit just to straight up looking for Bigfoot. No crazy antics or trying to do any stunts. Nothing's faked. Everything's first time. I just come out and film my hikes. Live in some crazy Bigfoot area, and I think that's what we need more, is people just not trying to make something of it, just coming out looking, seeing what they see, and if you don't find anything, just be honest and say, hey, I didn't find anything. I'm just hiking out now, but that rock ledge there, that's where I was right out on the other side of that point. This isn't really a cave, but with all these rocks and everything, there's so many of these formations, it'd be so easy for there to be caves here. And that's one thing with being a kind of famous Bigfoot spot. When you go through all the top spots in Western North America, you can almost always relate Bigfoot to cave systems. It's the same over in Asia too. For some reason, every time there's big caves, people always find Bigfoot tracks. So I'm back up to where I first had lunch there. Hiked up and around. That was a good climb back up out of there. But the brown dot I said I saw in a slide over there, I was waiting to see if it moved. It's now gone. So best chances it's probably a grizzly bear. Next would be a moose. Third most hopeful would be a Sasquatch, but you know. Gonna start the hike down out of here before the rain, dark clouds up over me hit me. Alright, just hiking out. That was a good hike. That was a good day mentally, if nothing else too, just to get out, sit on a cliff, be out in nature. I'll definitely be back here. The last time I was up here was before I blew out my hamstring. This is the first time back since when I went to physio to the big clinic. They asked me to set my goals, and the first thing I said is I want to be able to stand on the peak of Mica Mountain. And there's about 4 of them there. They all kind of laughed and said, wow, people usually say more like be able to get out of the tub or walk up the stairs again, but they enjoyed how I aimed so high. So that was a good judge day there today. I'm a ways from being on the peak, but maybe this year, if not next summer, I will get there. So I'll definitely be back to this place. That's it for today though. Hopefully the weather stays cool and the smoke stays out and I can get out again soon.